that's your Admiral back here with two Destinies! Where we're gonna investigate here, and I don't have a ton of time to record today, so we better go supersonic racing and trying to keep our feet right on the ground. I want to examine not the statue, but... Whoa! That's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Temataro has a staff. But the Temataro in the scroll didn't have one. I wonder why. I feel like this could be significant, but why? Let's take a closer look. I get this, it sounds to me like someone came in here and didn't have an extensive knowledge of what Temataro was supposed to look like, and then was like, I'm gonna disguise as Temataro, and then saw that the Temataro was holding a staff and was like, oh, I better take a staff. Meaning it was someone who didn't come from the village. That's why it's significant, Apollo. Let's take a closer look. First to go around this table here. Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea? Hey, it looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue. Don't open it! Who knows what might be in there? We have to look at something, Athena. It's just a big empty compartment. And from all the dust and cobwebs, I'd say it hasn't been opened in a really long time. That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it and... Wait, there is something in here. Oh, that's weird. Looks like some sort of figure, but it's so dusty I can't even tell what it's supposed to be. Wonder what it's doing here. Forbidden chamber figure added to the court record. That's weird. A figure that had been left inside the Temataro statue. A thick layer of dust and dirt suggests it has been there for some time. Some kind of yokai, I suppose, but... Well, that's the statue looked at. What I meant to be looking at was this, because I'd like to examine this as soon as possible. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy. And the fact that there's no dust on it means it hasn't been here very long. And the fact that Florent Labelle's face on here is suggestive. Also the fact that it seems to be some kind of hair product, which he also gave us one earlier today, like 20 minutes ago. I don't know who it could be, Athena. Oh, it's hand cream. Not hair product, then. Let's see what brand it is. Justly Labelle? Labelle? What the... But then wouldn't that mean Mr. Labelle was here? I guess so, but why? Well... Whoever was dressed up like Temataro must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber, and that same person probably dropped this hand cream at that time. In other words, the Temataro impersonator we're looking for is none other than... Florent Bell. Him. This might be a big break for us in court tomorrow. Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tema. I suppose... Well, yeah, it's the whole Je suis Labelle product line that's not available in stores, right? It's not just the hair? Yeah, it's the brand that's not available. Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tema. Right, hand cream added to the court record. Oh, I didn't get to read it as much as I would have liked. An item that was recently dropped in the Forbidden Chamber. It bears the Je suis Labelle logo. I thought I had an idea of where everything was going, but with that new statue, I'm a little concerned. Anyway, let's have a look at these feathers and the staves, and then the monument, and then let's shove off for the detention center. Black feathers. They look exactly like the ones in the Fox Chamber. That means the killer must have been in here at some point. The question is... Why? Maybe the Temataro costume was hidden in here. I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb. But when did the killer get in here? The mayor snatched the Forbidden Chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. Ergo, before the killer hit him on the head, then. And I had a theory way earlier that maybe this was the reason this is a Forbidden Chamber is just because it holds like the mascot costumes for the special event. But so that could be a reason why the costume was already here. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder. Wow, this is one tough riddle, all right. I just need some testimony and then we'll understand everything. We might be able to get back to the court today, but probably won't get too far into it. Looks like a gravestone or something. It reads, here lies Temataro, age 80. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone. Say it ain't so! Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping... That's your coping mechanism. I'm not scared. Freak out central. Right here, baby. Cut it out, Widget. Denial is strong in this one. Now, this weird scroll thing. What in the hay is that? Looks like an old scroll. And there's something drawn on it. The original depiction of Temataro. Aww. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of... Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe? What are they carrying? A big lump of gold or something? A monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training? Wouldn't that just be a hiker? The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena. Oh, look, there's some yellow thing strapped to his back. Whoa. It's cursed, whatever it is. Whoa. It's turning into Temataro. What's this scroll getting at? Oh, Temataro's got a staff in this one, too. Is this how Temataro was born? So whoever said that the only document depicting Temataro was the other one, was wrong. Or perhaps they deliberately withheld the truth. Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. It's a creepy thing to find here, anyway. I can't believe we're not going to take that with us. No, don't read that. Oh, what? There's other dialogue that happens if you've already read something? I didn't know that. I've been missing all the extra dialogue. The yellow thing that one guy had transformed into Temataro. Or maybe the picture's showing Temataro getting caught in a yokai trap. I bet that yellow thing is a trap to catch the demon before he ravages the entire mountain. I highly doubt yokai are things you can catch, like a bear or wild boar. Then maybe that yellow thing is some leftovers that didn't get put in the fridge. They got all gross and moldy and popped out Temataro. You have a really active imagination. First off, they probably didn't have fridges back then. And second, we'd be swimming in yokai if they spawned that easily. Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, what is it then? Oh, that yellow thing could have been a bomb containing Temataro. And the old guys were terrorists who used the yokai to further their cause. Apollo, if I have an active imagination, yours is hyperactive. I didn't know there was secondary dialogue if you read something you already read. It's not like that in the original trilogy. But I guess there are very few examination segments, so I won't look at all the secondary ones because I just don't have the time right now, but I bet they're all fun. Hey, there's a bunch of stabs here, and it looks like one's missing. The Temataro Jinxie saw must have taken it. I'd have to agree. These look like the one Detective Fulbright showed us. Why do you think there are so many here? Maybe they're spares. Temataro might be, absent-minded or something. But the fact that he has spare stabs handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his faults and is trying to deal with them. Or at least that's my take on it. Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults. Ouch, Apollo. But I won't hold my breath. What faults? You know what? Don't answer that, actually. A stone lantern. Like those Japanese garden lamps. Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there is no switch. Oh, here it is. What? It was in out of sight. I see Temataro's cell has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai could want. What does Temataro need light for when imprisoned? I think that's probably all of... Oh, whoop. Except for this little window. Oh, look, there's an air vent here, too. I guess even forbidden chambers need proper ventilation. But I don't think anyone could reach this one either. It looks pretty small, unless it's just perspective. Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads. Well, the Fox Chambers vent didn't branch this way, so... maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this case after all. Maybe, but let's keep it in mind. Guess that about wraps it up. What now? We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah. I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions and Temataro. Oh man, we've got a lot to do then. I'm gonna head to the detention center first because that's been long-standing. No one's here except for Athena. My mistake. Any ideas though? Let's just chat while we're here. Any good ideas yet, Athena? Good ideas? You bet I do. Well, there's that thing. Thing? What thing? Ah, you saw right through me, didn't you? Huh? You mean you really have nothing for me? No. Sorry. I just got a little carried away. Oh, boy. Bluffing is obviously not her strength. This is her first case, give her a break. Seems we finally have the real killer in our sights. The only person to threaten Mayor Tenma, push for the municipal merger, and to be identified at the manor disguised as Temataro. It's none other than Mayor Tenma's aide, Florent LaBelle. We're in for a fight tomorrow. Let's banish Temataro both literally and figuratively. Yeah, we'll be fine between the two of us. We'll send that yokai packing along with that twisted samurai of a prosecutor. Let's do this. Absolument. We should... Oh, she's got me doing it. See if we can track down Jinxie and or... Oh, it's Athena again. Hi again. So nice to see you. What about anyone else? Oh, it's Athena again. Hello. Where the balls is Jinxie? April 18th, Cuba Manor foyer. Hey, it's curse! The curse of Temataro. Ah! Ah! You outsiders are ignoring damn superstitions at all peril. Mind your own business, will ya? Stop stomping! Ah! Ouch! What's this about a curse? And can you give me back my bracelet? Oh, he took Widget as well! No, give him back! He gets lonely easily. Temataro's gonna curse us all unless he stops sticking his nose where I don't belong. Start the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say. Right, how about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstitions? Huh? What are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine! You know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that. I mean, does he? The same goes for my bracelet. Sorry. I promise I won't do it again. Oh, I expected him to do the thing where he looks up after that. You almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget. That pig! Jerk! I'm sorry! I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. Anyway, bye. Sorry. That joke was old before I made it, but I don't know why it gives me such the giggles. Let's just ask about the superstitions right off the bat. Here you go. This is a book. Oh, never mind. He's not going to say anything about it. Sorry. Let's just chat. Stealing. I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal a widget? Yipes! Mercy! I can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood running in my veins. Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean? I'm glad you asked. The infamous bandit Azuki Kazo was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this. What exactly am I looking at? Looks like another one of those yokai to me. It looks like the statue we have. Hey, it's none other than the Azuki Kozo. Robbed from the rich to give to the poor, he did. And he'd leave one of these figures at the scene of the crime. What's more, I'm his grandson, because he was my grandpappy. Wow, you don't say. The thief's honor is the honest truth. The sloshing sound of Azuki beans scraping together in the dead of night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm Azuki Kozo, washer of money, giver outer of wealth, reborn. Well, that was weird. Forget the money. You should be washing yourself of this nasty habit. Why? Wait a second. This figure looks familiar. Yes, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Forbidden Chamber figure updated in the court record. Apparently it's something a certain thief leaves at the scene of a theft. So something was stolen from there long ago. Curious. Maybe with that big gold lump. Oh, hey! What are you doing with that there figure? Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it had been there practically forever. Good, me and my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber a way back. Oh, hey, that reminds me. He once told me there's treasure in that there chamber. Treasure? Forbidden Chamber treasure. Did it happen to be a large lump of gold and or moldy rice? What do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber? Only that it's the greatest get rich quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. There's something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though. Your grandfather didn't, by chance, already steal it, did he? Seeing how there was one of his figures in there, that just might be. Yeah, well, that's grandpappy for you. Bet he washed that treasure up real good before he handed it out to the poor. Oh, of course, because he was so righteous. Tematono sighting. I know you can't say you saw anything, but did you not see? In court, you mentioned seeing Tematono near the scene of the crime. Sorry, I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me. The people in Nine Tails Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tematono. Darn right! Them superstitions scare me out of my wits, I tell ya. That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on. So, you plan on staying here in Nine Tails Vale? Yep. I'm gonna keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Wasn't he a thief? Them superstitions are like a rule book to me. Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales? Wait, you been listening to what I said? At this point, Apollo, I feel like that should be somewhat obvious. He lied about it in court. You're going to do exactly what them superstitions say. Well, I say that's baloney. Because if you see him, you have to leave, is what I was getting at, I assume. Because he just was all like, you're gonna stay here, right? So I presume this is what he's asking about. Take that! It's clearly written right here, ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. Ah! So, according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in Nine Tails Vale. But if you really believed in the superstitions, you would have been long gone by now. I know you've been lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch. James! Very good, very good. What's the reason? Have you been threatened into silence? We already know that whoever's the killer is blackmailing people. Whoever the killer is. You were lying about believing the superstitions, weren't you? Sorry, but I didn't have no choice. Sorry, that is why Apollo was all like, so you really believe in the superstitions a minute ago? I thought he was really just like forgetting that this guy claims to believe in them. Sorry, but I didn't have no choice. So what was the real reason you couldn't talk about seeing Tematono? It's all that pretty boy's fault. Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tematono. He said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen. So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you. Why would Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence? Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of that rumor, the one about her being possessed. That rumor again. So the first we heard of it was from the bell. Does anyone else actually know of that rumor? I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Temma about the possession rumor. Ouch! Hey, watch it! What did you just swipe? Village superstition stolen by Phineas Filch. I'll be taking this back now. It kind of like family to me. You could have just asked instead of stealing it. Was that all we wanted to ask, Mr. Filch? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Temmataro one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. We'll see you, Mr. Filch. You've been very helpful. I guess they just don't want to be confusing, but you'd sort of think that the game would want to keep you with as much evidence as possible so that you have to pick through more of it and actually know what you're talking about instead of just running through every item kind of thing. Like, if they kept you with all the evidence that was not useful, it would lower the odds of you just guessing, I guess. Anyway, I should be thankful that they took it away. April 18th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Lord Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, Your Malevolence. Is he sleeping?
Why are you speaking like that?
No, Mayor Temma, you've returned.
Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me.
That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time.
So what can I do for you today?
We'd like to ask about the rumor that Jinxie's possessed. She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Huh?
No matches this warning charm for me.
Ah! The charm! Temataro's back!
Those foolish mortals, they shall regret blaming that child for my doings.
Ah, I blew it! That question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared either. Either way, could you still tell me about the rumor? Person who shouldn't know anything about it because you were sealed away for 1,000 years, but it's actually Mr. Temma pretending to be you? We'd like to ask you about something your aide, Florent LaBelle, mentioned. Did you know Jinxie is rumored to be possessed?
I know not of what you speak.
You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you?
I, Temmataro, Demon Lord of the Yokai, protect a mere mortal. Caw, caw, caw. No affections do I possess for your race of humans.
Please! We already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Temma's name.
But I have already told you, I know not of what you speak.
I don't think we'll get anything more out of him. It's all over unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant the yokai evidence. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily all over because there's the product that is only ever used by one person found at the scene of the crime that was then closed after the murder, but it's all over! Hey, Apollo? I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it. Really? Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain that whole possession thing. Knock yourself out then. Wow, Athena's really something. I can really count on her when it counts. Glad you finally noticed. The real story then. Let's psychologize it out of you. Mayor Temma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism, which, just based on the etymology, I'm guessing means sleepwalking. Somnia, like sleep, and ambulism, moving. Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking? Is that an actual thing? I've never heard that before. I mean, I've heard sleepwalking, but I've never heard the term somnambulism. Yes, I believe she is exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress. Oh, really? Mr. Mayor, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job in Ninetails Vale? Man, working's 9 to 5s are a bitch.
When the child visited last, she did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob her of sleep each night.
I knew it! That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can't be trying to protect you. At least not on a conscious level. So then the Temmataro that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie.
Sleepwalking, eh? That would indeed explain the matter.
Look! Temataro's spirit! It's left the mayor's body! Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Temma?
Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you.
Thank you very much. Feathers and tracks, please. Mayor Temma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you?
I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt.
I knew it. I knew it.
You suspect Fleuron is behind all this. But why? Did he really want Ninetails Vale that badly?
You know, actually a motive for him I still haven't exactly uncovered. Can you think of any reason why?
Looking back, he did seem fixated on Temataro for a spell.
Oh, right. Athena scried as much herself from his face.
Could it be? Perhaps he was attempting to release Temataro.
A stout believer, was he? That's crazy! Are you saying that yokai is real?
Whatever the case, Temataro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn. You must not gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison.
But how can people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Temataro thing now. Yeah, and I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle. Indeed. Your dinner's ready, your malevolence.
An offering to the Demon King. You may place it right there.
The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it.
Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time. Gaw, gaw, gaw.
Yes, your malevolence. I'll remember that. How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade? Until his name is cleared, I assume. Well, we've already talked to Mr. Filch and Mayor Temma, so why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next? Now that we know the truth. He won't be able to claim that the Temataro was Jinxie or the mayor anymore. But the real question is, how are we going to get to him to admit it was him? April 18th. Oh, they're not even going to let us choose. They're just going to do it. So what's left to do this? Maybe we're not going to get to see Jinxie before this. Oh no, we're probably going to have to, because if she's lying about something, we'll have to use the perception, most likely. Anyway, I guess we're going to see LaBelle now. April 18th, QB Manor, foyer. Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy. From the top, statements again. Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime, and when we, heard a scream, heck, what was the next part again? Damn, got knocked out. You have the memory capacity of a flea! This is the 30th time, you know. Now, 100 times more, and we're done. What on earth are they practicing? Oh, I ain't cut out for this. Whoopsie-daisy. No! No, I beg your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. Unbelievable! What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? What did he say? It's just all this practice. Oh, I see. Did he steal something? I didn't notice. Oh, didn't he have earrings on before? Did Filch LaBelle's wallet just now? Oh. So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo? Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? You peasants are so tacky. Well, what do you want with me? Your confession to being the Temataro imposter would be nice right about now. But actually... Oh, right, we better do talk. I don't think there's much I didn't care to present at the moment. We've got to get moving on this. Taro's true identity. Mr. Filch filled me in on a conversation you two had, and about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Temataro. Filch, you fool! I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth. So why did you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle? Why, to protect that darling little Jinxie, of course. But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Temataro. Interesting. But where are you going with this? She doesn't need protecting. Since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who was really Temataro. Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Temataro? So sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort. No, that's right. Mr. LaBelle even told me Temataro was a jinx, so why would he... Ouch! I said Temataro was Jinxie, you fool! Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea! Practice it 100 more times! Yeah, I have... So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. I'll be waiting with a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. It seems so weird that they've given us that and that Apollo's so confident he'll be able to use it, doesn't it? Maybe this is the one time we'll have a piece of evidence that we think is going to work that actually works, but I don't know. Fuji! Wake up, you lazy bones! The thing is, I have like 6 different pieces of evidence that I feel like are damning, but I feel like it's going to be about how quickly we get to use them. That's the tricky bit. We're going to have to prove something else harder to prove before we're going to get the chance, I reckon. Yeah? What? Was I sleeping? Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. Bell. Made me right sleepy, it did. Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow. Haha, I'm begging you, not another lesson. I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. You and me both, brother. At the stars older. Keep quiet and do exactly as I say. No, please. Anything but another lesson. This poor dude. And there they go. It's our chance to get the truth out of him. Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. I mean, we could just walk after them. I assume they're not, like, sprinting away, but where would be the fun in that? All that's left now is that lie that Jinxie told. We better go clear that up before tomorrow. You think they're done questioning Jinxie? Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane shopping for more charms. I hope she's got a chance to decompress. Man, it's been one thing after another for her. April 18th, Ninetales Vale, Yokai Lane. They're not even having us move anymore. They're just shunting us off to each place.
Accursed nine-tailed fox, my grudge has but festered over time. At last, vengeance will be mine.
She must be possessed. Sleepwalking again. Maybe if I speak softly, I won't startle her and get a charm plastered on my forehead. Psst. Jinxie?
Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. My charms must have fallen off again.
Guess I can't avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel. Are they done questioning you, Jinxie?
Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released.
Yeah? Which one?
Oh, the one with the nine-tailed fox and Temataro. It shows them dancing together.
I thought you weren't supposed to needlessly depict the Temataro. Really? 2 bitter rivals dancing together?
Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges.
Oh, right. For the municipal merger issue.
No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor.
Is that why his eyes are so gloomy? I thought she was joking about that in court. Or like, you know, just being assumptive.
It'll stop you two from fighting like you did in the court this morning.
We weren't fighting. It was just a spirited debate. It's what we lawyers...
No fighting.
I wish. Charm slapped again. Yes, I'd to be honest, I hate debating. I'd greatly prefer we could just talk things out and show each other our evidence and, I don't know, eat some cupcakes together. Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about. I'm done playing around. Ow. Took half my forehead with it. What you remember. Jinxie, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important?
Like what?
Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time. Wait, but before you...
When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman Cuby were collapsed in the Fox chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair. Except for that other stuff he said.
I knew it. She's holding something back. Oh, right. I had to be looking. That's all he said. Her hand's quivering here. I guess that's gonna be it, isn't it? Yep. Okay, sorry. Let's wait for it to come again. He did pass out and he was in a chair, so it has to be that one anyway. Even if I didn't already notice the tick. Gotcha! Oh, sorry. Gotcha! Your hand is shaking! Only liars shake! You were very nervous when you said that's all he said, weren't you? I know because I saw your fingers move as if you were going to slap someone with the charm. Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Tema say anything else to you?
It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep.
Talking in his sleep? So you admit that he did say something else?
How could you tell?
Yeah, because you said he... Well, never mind.
Only a demon could have such powers.
I don't have to present anything? You're just gonna come clean with it now? Oh, thank you so much. You are the best, Jinxie. I was really worried I was gonna have to prove that he said something else with evidence. What could she possibly not want to hear him say? Or not want it to say that he said?
Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. Why else would Papa say something like that?
Could you be a little more specific?
Before he fainted, he said, "Forgive me, Jinxie. I killed Alderman QB."
He said what? The mayor actually confessed to the crime?
But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known what he was saying.
Well, if he was struck on the head, it's possible he said he didn't mean to say that. It's also possible that he just said that because he knew she would be blamed otherwise, and he wanted her to believe that it was him so that she would eventually testify to it and not get arrested herself, maybe? Oh man, that heats things up. Or maybe that wasn't all he meant to say. He meant to say, I killed Alderman QB's dog. I don't know.
He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare.
Or maybe he just meant that it's his fault that Florent was able to get the drop on him or something. A nightmare? No, this is a nightmare. This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we gonna do now? Just have to go to court and get testimony, I guess. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client. No matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Right. Just believe in my client, even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair. Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession?
I didn't mention it when he was questioning me.
Oh, thank you. You're a hero.
There's no way Papa's the killer. And Professor Prosecutor Blackwell doesn't have a bracelet like yours. You cheater.
Why would the mayor confess like that? Could he really have been dreaming or simply delirious? Who knows? I sure feel like I'm in a living nightmare right about now. Apollo, what are we going to do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived, and our clients even confessed. Not only that, Jinxie has been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are going to go to prison if we don't do something. I know. Well, let's see here. Whoa, this is a new song. What's this about? Our lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem. Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman QB and Mayor Temma were the only people she saw in the Fox Chamber. But the real killer must have been hiding in there as well. Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation. A mystery person must have then fled the Fox Chamber when it was opened. And that's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Temataro. I'm glad it finally comes back around, and my theory that the killer was still hiding in the same room is plausible. But of course we didn't know about how to open the chamber before, so whatever.
But Papa and the Alderman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else.
What's going on here? The Bell's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So just how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime? Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo. We have to take down that dirty, rotten Temataro Florent LaBelle. Right. We'll get him with a legal exorcism, justice style. We sure will. Next time on Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, because regrettably that's all the time we have for now. To be continued indeed. Yes, we'll get into this trial. So, okay. There's a lot of weird stuff. There's this mysterious ancient gold, a statue left by a thief, apparently. LaBelle brand products at the scene of the crime in the Forbidden Chamber. Oh, wait, I think I'm starting to see why it's so problematic, because... Oh, well, hang on a sec. Okay, so actually I'm thinking about this now. So our original theory was that he drops in and... Well, he didn't drop in, obviously, because the vent was all dusty. So he had to have already been in the... Well, he would have had to already been in the Forbidden Chamber anyway, because it was locked when we got to it. So when the killer left it, it was locked. Meaning he had to have knocked out Temma after leaving the chamber. Wait, hold on. Wait, that's most confusing. Does it lock by itself, I guess? It has to, right? Oh, unless if he was hiding in there... I guess you can plant dust, right? We didn't properly run forensics on any of it. But if Temma took the key and ate it after being attacked, or around the time of being attacked. Okay, so that's the confusing thing, is that it means LaBelle couldn't have just killed the Alderman, knocked out Temataro, and then hid in the chamber because the key was already swallowed at that point. And it's not as though he unlocked it and then fought them and lost the key and then hid in there, because then it would still be unlocked when we got to it because Tenma had swallowed the key. Wow, majorly confusing. So I better just wait for the testimony, actually, before I confuse myself even more. But there's certainly something going on here. And it almost seems weird to me that there's a massive layer of dust in the vent and in below the Tenma statue. It's like there's a weird amount of dust. I guess they're just using the dust to say no one's been here. This isn't a plausible hiding spot. Anyway, that's all for now. Next video to go on the channel is going to be some more Kingdom Hearts, which I think the next one is... We're going to be doing a side episode where I just go and read through the journal a bit, because we've got some journal entries to read. But that's all for now, so thank you so very much for coming around to this episode of A Strange Duel Destinies. Can't wait for this trial sequence. I'm hyped. I'm ready. Invest, day 2. I was going to be out of here now. Hopefully I'll see you around. Peace! The clothes I have fit nicely, thanks. That should do it then. Not quite. Go away. You're a barrel of laughs, Hercules. Bonk! Good fight, though, you. God, what happened? His soul exploded when I beat him in an arena fight. It was absolutely shattered.